We want revolution.
Bookmark links on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant Podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia Wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Mig, Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Mig, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars Loot Lady.
So is everybody as frustrated as I am?
Maybe
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Pete?
Lots of people.
Very frustrating weekend.
Pete's Silent Bob now.
He's
just
had
that
it rough.
frustrated. He's speechless.
I'm poised for destruction.
Oh, God. It's on.
It's been a frustrating week for a lot of people. It's been a frustrating week for me. Just trying to get things to work in the game. And they're not working. It's bringing gameplay for fighters and that to a halt. We've got another thing that went on with another event. I couldn't even close out. I think I did close out the first one, but I don't know. I'm just frustrated.
It seems like we're all getting beat up. Like, I think we're still in shock over how much energy it's going to take to finish Brazil.
Yeah.
And we're focused on that, and then you get hit one after another with all these events, and everyone's just getting frustrated, and the fighters can't fight because they're getting false identity pop-ups now, and it's just way too much, and it's not the game we all signed up for.
Wow.
There's complaints all over the place.
Yeah, and I'm getting tired of trying to keep up with everything. It's like, whoa. It's very difficult to do, and I do have a life outside of this game, and it seems like lately I don't.
I think maybe we're probably all feeling that around here.
Well, and the PAC's really been pushing hard to try to get an answer to why are all these gifting events and why do they have to be stacked right on top of each other, and the elusive Z will not give us those answers. Man, they got a cloaking device on it like you've never seen before. I don't understand why they can't be straightforward and upfront with the customer base to explain what the intention of all this is. I mean, I've worked with a lot of software companies through my years, and many of them have here's the development schedule that's out there, here's what we're shooting for, here's where we're trying to go. And I understand intellectual property, I understand protecting some things, but I mean, it's overly protective. Where do we go from here? I mean, and it's really turning a lot of players away from the game, and I don't understand why they don't understand that. I mean, I think all of us, and even the long-term players, which are people that for the most part probably spend a lot of money with Zynga, or we know many of them do, and the fact that they're just feeling like their voice doesn't count. And I mean, you can't answer everybody's question, 100%, but there's a large uproar in the community, and that's not being answered, and that's a damn shame.
Yep.
And a lot of the problems are all the same, too, so I'm just confused sometimes with this whole situation.
And the fixes are all very similar, too. And that's
exactly.
The most frustrating part from a person that comes from a software background is community screaming. The complaints they have are the same complaint. The fix for it's the same fix. Well, why don't we fix it? No, I'd much rather throw out a false identity event. Personally, I'd love to just have a simple answer on why they have to do so many events so fast. I don't mind events. Don't get me wrong. I mean, absolutely do not mind them.
But on top of each other, back to back.
I don't like 3 on top of each other, and then after those 3 are not even finished yet, you got another 3 coming out. That's a ridiculous timetable. And really, if you've got that much stuff queued up, save it for a rainy day. These events aren't tied, for the most part, to anything specific at that time of year, with the exception of, like the football thing. But some of these, like right now, the false identity, it's not tied to anything specific timing-wise.
I thought it was a movie or something.
It's kind of lame. It doesn't even equate to anything.
Yeah, so
it's like they just randomly picked, let's call this the Spy Hunter. We can't think of anything themed right now.
the video game from the 80s.
Yeah. I actually Googled it when I was writing it up because I thought it was a movie.
Yeah. I hated those stupid things that came out of the wheels and whacked me every time.
Everything that they do like this that it alienates the community is going to continue to push people further and further away from the game. And, we don't want to see that as players. But, and I'm sure they really deep in their hearts and deep in their pocketbooks don't want to see that as a company. But they have to realize that's the impact. That's what happens. When you alienate your community and you give them the impression that you could give a rat's poop about them, then they're going to eventually run.
Exactly.
And say, I'm through with it, and I'm going to go over and play Mobsters.
And
Mobsters
sadly, I'm
2
hearing
or
a lot of
whatever
that.
else.
Hells no. That piece of crap.
Well,
but a lot of
I
people
speak-
are leaving the game that I see in my news feeds. They say, if you're in my Mafia, please remove me. I'm no longer playing Mafia Wars. I see that more so now than I have in the past.
Me too. Definitely. And I'm seeing posts all over the place, just people trying to get help. And out of frustration, they're like, I'm done. But they're still wanting help, though. So as long as there's addicts here, they need to fix it.
Yeah. And a lot of people say they're going to quit and they come back. That's pretty common as well.
A lot of these things are so simple. I mean, I've alluded to them being quick fixes. There's things you could do that would make this game so much better for everybody. Take the energy refills. I love the mini packs. I know you're not too thrilled with them, Jen, but we've talked about this one show before. We've brought it up in pack. Make the mini packs a choice. You can either get a stamina mini pack or you can get an energy mini pack, and you can use them any way that you want. So if you want to take 6 stamina mini packs through a day, fine. If you want to take 3 energy and 3 stamina, fine. Give them that choice. The more choices a player has, the more committed they will be to the game. It's that simple. Fix the fight page. Don't make it jump around. Take off the stupid ask my Mafia to attack button because it's ridiculous. Or at least remove all the additional verbiage on it that's not necessary that causes the page to wrap funny. I mean, all these little things that are simple text fixes or minor coding fixes that would go a long way into continuing to rebuild the trust and the commitment of the player base.
Well, and like the Rivals tab occasionally works. So if it can occasionally work, why can't we get it to always work?
Right. And if the fight page works with identifying iced players, why can't they do it on the Rivals page? Should be the same code base. And if they're so damn good at copying and pasting, they should be able to copy the code that's on the fight page and make it work on the Rivals page. This is not, rocket science. But, hey, look, we're all here to just try to enjoy the game, and I know we've been Debbie Downers on this whole thing, but, I think our point is that maybe if some people listen and some people start getting together, and not for a boycott or anything extreme, but some more direct focused comments on what we'd like to see. If they want freaking numbers to justify getting changes done in the game, then let's do a coordinated effort to get them the numbers that they need to see.
Well, on that note, is anything going on at Stockholm?
We released one called the Daily Reward Collector, which was our April Fool's joke after 26 times of clicking it, because inevitably when you click it once and you get a reward, people by nature will continue to click it, and then they continue to think they're getting a reward, and then all of a sudden at the end of the day we popped up a message saying April Fools, there's no glitches or whatever else. So that was kind of our joke one. And then we have an event scanner that reads your Mafia Awards posts from the news feeds and then tries to organize some of those posts in an easy to use fashion. And then there's a mission crew link creator that will now create your links for your mission crew and your Brazil crew. It's something that Ike came up with, and he's got it where it's kind of standalone now, but it'll be worked into the Linkinator later. And then we're going to be doing a revamp on the Linkinator, the Getnator, to use the new Spock on .me service that we've got going. The mission crew and the Brazil crew links are actually starting to be created with the Spock service, and it seems to be working really well. So that's positive. And I guess that's it. Like I said, I won't be quick because we kind of had a long intro. So.
Well, you did have a lot going on.
Yeah, we've had several new ones that came out in the last couple of weeks, so we're really excited.
Well, Jen, I know you've been really busy with Stockholm this week, but what's been going on with your blog?
I was really at my wit's end with the Zynga stuff. I write for their blog, so they asked me to write up these 2 events, and I didn't realize they were going to come out one after another. So it was like I wrote for them, then I wrote for my blog, and by the end of it, I was just ready to die. So I came up with a poll and saying, what do you think of gifting events? And so far, over 1,000 people have voted. And I'm hoping that when the 6-day period of voting is over, I can take the numbers and present them to the PAC or whoever at Zynga will listen, that, here's a good sample population of what people really think. And one of the items I put was I ignore them. Because a lot of people say, well, if you don't like them, just don't do them. It's that easy. Well, we're the type of people that you can't really ignore it. If they put it out in the game, we're going to do it because we want to finish stuff. So not that many people picked that one. A few people picked that they liked the events. And then the majority were the last 2 that said, they make me want to puke, or they make me want to quit the game. And it's just, I don't think, like Pete said, we don't hate them. We just don't want them one right after another, nonstop.
Right.
And it's just very fatiguing. It was very hard for me to write all this stuff. It took way too long. And it's the same things over and over again. Like, I'd even welcome one of those challenge missions. Remember those? Or the things where you did the easy job, medium job, hard jobs. Mm-hmm. And the boss fights, which everyone seems to like. And we kind of got that on April Fool's, but they were the developers, and it was a fun concept. It was a little different than what we presented it to be, but
and there was no reward.
There wasn't.
For the cards, right? I mean,
fake Magic the Gathering type cards.
Yeah, there was nothing to even do with it.
I didn't even get them. My account had a bug.
I did notice they were giftable, which is even funnier.